Hi everyone, welcome to our Earth Day, Earth Week Story Time and Craft series. Today we're going to be reading a fun story that I remember reading as a little kid titled In the Woods, Who's Been Here by Lisa Barrett George. And this is a book I remember getting from the Scholastic Book Fair when I was a little kid in elementary school. So I'm excited to share it with you today, and it goes really well with our craft today, which is going to be taking a nature hike and making some really fun nature bracelets. And Courtney's going to tell you all about how to do that. But first, to get you excited about going out into the woods, I'm going to read you this story. And in this story, it talks about some things that little children find in the woods when they go out on a hike, and then it asks a question, who's been here? And so when I get to that point in each of the points of the story, I'm going to stop and give you a chance to guess. Who do you think has been there? So, Into the Woods, Who's Been Here by Lindsay Barrett George. The illustrations in this book are very realistic, and I love them. And most of the critters in here are things you might see in nature around our house. This is a story that happens in the fall, but you might still find some of these things. It is cool and sunny on this autumn afternoon. The smell of sweet fern is everywhere. William, do you want to go for a walk? Asked Cammie. Sure, says William. Let's go. There they go, into the woods. I'm in the woods right now, and there's a lot of chickadees chirping right above me, so maybe you hear them in the story. The children follow a well-worn path into the woods. They walk under an old cherry tree. They see an empty nest. Who's been here? Who do you think had been there? A northern oriole. What a beautiful bird. We should start seeing these come back very soon. And look at their cool nest. It's like a woven bag. Really, really high up in the tree you'll see them. They're so cool. They're about the size of a robin, but bright orange and black. Cammie and William come to a big rock. A tree has split apart and a flat stone juts out of the tree. Who has been here? Can you see what's on that stone? Who do you think has been there? A red squirrel. You see what he's doing? He's eating pieces of a pine tree. And he's using that rock as his table. And look who else is on the tree beside him. A little northern chickadee, chickadee-dee-dee. That too's singing up above me here if you're hearing the birds. The trail follows an old stone wall. The children and their dog Sam climb over it. A clump of milkweed plant grows in the field on the other side. Something hangs from a milkweed leaf. Who's been here? What do you guess? Milkweed is a good clue for that one. A monarch butterfly. You can see the butterfly, and you can see down here the monarch caterpillar. Maybe you've raised monarch caterpillars in your house. We've raised a few in our house. It's really fun to watch them become butterflies. Cammie and William climb over a smooth gray tree that has fallen across the trail. The bark has been gnawed off the branches close to the ground. Who's been here? Who can you think of that gnaws branches like that? Oh, interesting. A snowshoe hare. Bunnies do like to chew on branches like that, especially in the winter to keep themselves fed. Cammie finds a blue feather on the trail. Then she finds another one on a leaf and 5 more under a laurel bush. Who's been here? Why do you think all those feathers are on the ground? What kind of bird did they come from, and why are there so many? Oh, a goshawk and a blue jay. Can you see what happened there? The hawk had the blue jay for lunch. Gray rocks break up the leaf-covered hillside. Something black catches the children's eyes. It is a small, dark cave. Sam runs ahead and barks at the opening. Sam is the dog, in case you forgot. William stops and grabs his sister's hand. There are bleached bones on the ledge outside the cave. Who's been here? a family of red foxes and a woodchuck. So the red foxes must live in that cage, and the woodchuck looks like was dinner. We saw a baby red fox right on the side of the road in a field the other day. It was so much fun. They're very cute. William and Cammie stop beside a large gray boulder. Something strange is stuck to the rock. Who's been here? I don't know if you can see what is stuck to the rock. You have any guesses? Not something I want to meet. A mud dauber. It looks like a type of wasp. Looks like kind of a mean wasp, doesn't it? You don't want to get stung by that one. An orange wood lily stands in a sunny clearing. The flower is almost as tall as Cammie. There's another stalk next to it, but the flower is gone. Who's been here? Who took that flower? And why? What do you think? A deer. As you can see behind me, I live in a woods, and it's very shady, and what flowers we have get eaten up by the deer all the time. In fact, I'm surprised that a deer has not walked behind me during this story, because there are so many here. This morning we saw a wild turkey, which was fun. Cammie and William follow the path on their way home. The rich smell of sweet fern fills the air again. They find a basket on a blanket under an old apple tree. I wonder who's been here, William asks. But Cammie knows. The person who has been there is still there. Can you see the person? Who's that? The end. And then here's some facts about all of the critters that you found in this book. Pretty much all of these, maybe not a snowshoe hare, but you might see many of these animals in the woods near your home or at the trails that you might go to. I like this story because, this is a fun fact, this is almost exactly what I looked like when I was a little kid, and this is almost exactly what my dad looked like when I was a little kid. So to me, this story always reminds me of going out into the woods and going on hikes with my parents, which I did when I was little. I hope you enjoyed Into the Woods, Who's Been Here, and I hope that you get a chance to go out into nature. Maybe it's not woods, maybe it's just your backyard, maybe it's a nearby trail or a park, and get to see and look for clues of who has been there where you live. Happy Earth Day, happy Earth Week. Goodbye.
Hello again, so I hope you enjoyed your story. Today we are going to learn how to make nature treasure bracelets. They're really simple to make. All you need is tape and scissors, and then whatever treasures you find in your yard or on a nature hike. So it's easier if you have someone help you do this part, but you are going to cut a piece of tape that is big enough to wrap around your wrist, but not too tight. So I'm going to take my tape, wrap it around my wrist, and then there I go. There's my bracelet so far. So I've walked around my yard earlier today and found some fun things that I think are little treasures that I would like to save on a bracelet. So you can either do this as you're walking around, or you can cut pieces off or pick them up and then put them on later. I have some pieces of hydrangea, some pine needles, acorns that I'm gonna stick on my bracelet. And it's really simple and they're all unique. Each bracelet is different than the other. So I'm gonna stick my little pieces on here. Maybe put some moss over here. You can just kind of keep working on your bracelet until you get it to where you would like, and then there you are, you're all set. This one I made just with hydrangeas, but you can do whatever you would like. All right, well I hope you enjoyed this class, and I will see you again tomorrow for our last one.